So I just want to show you guys really quick how I edit my video using Screenflow, which is I think a version of Telescreen, or at least one of the products of Telestream. So I also use Camtasia sometimes, but lately I've been using Screenflow, so I was just going to show you guys how I do it really quickly. So what I did was I went up here, and I'm just going to show it to you as though I'm going to do it again. But you would go to New, all right? And once the box pops up, I always do new document, and then I choose iPhone 6 Plus landscape because that is actually what I record my videos on. However, and it doesn't like it goes up to anything past 6 right now. So if you're using a 7 or 8, you would just still do the iPhone 6 Plus landscape if you're using the Plus version. Otherwise, you can do like HD, 720p. You can do different screen dimensions or whatever. Again, mine is set to the iOS Capture 6 Plus landscape. So I don't need this because I already have one open, but I just wanted to show you how I got here. And once you do that, you'll press this button here. It looks like a little document, and that will get you started. Okay, and so what that will do is it will actually open you up to this window here. Now, this title up here usually says Untitled. I've already named it. This is part of my Brown Girl's Guide to Workin'. And so this is actually my fourth video. So what do? So this button here over on the left is where you would add media. So you would click it and it would add media. Now I actually already added in the background and the video that I'm going to be using. As you notice, I have a green screen here. I'm going to show you how to remove that as well. Okay, and it's pretty much the same in most of the video editing software. I recently purchased the Adobe Creative Suite, so I'll also show you guys how to do it there in upcoming videos. So you add a file here, right? Add a file here. And then once it opens up, you can choose to add the movie and whatever other backgrounds and things like that that you've created, or any type of media that you're going to be using to create this video. Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this because I don't want extra clutter, but I already have the two that I need, right? So the first thing I'll do is I will drop my movie or my video in. Now it's on this first row, this first layer, because anything else that I place underneath this kind of goes in the background. What it does is it creates layers. So this will be the forefront of my layer, okay? And you can either add all these at once and then edit them. I like to modify them as I go. So I would just go ahead and snap this to the corners of my working area. And then I would go to video filters. So up here, you can tell you're in video by the little movie symbol. And I go right down to the filters. You can really pretty much ignore all the rest of this. And I hit chroma key. And I add the chroma key, and it immediately takes out that background, right? So now I have this transparent background. Now, I didn't always do it this clean. I'm going to tell you right now. It used to be, it took a lot of work and a lot of adjusting. However, once you learn how to get that even light correct, you're pretty much good to go. So I'll give you some pointers on that in another video. So then I'll go back and hit this button, and I will go ahead and add the background here. So, oopsie. All right, there we go. So on the second layer, and what you want to do is just stretch this. Now notice this real quick. When I click this one, you see it highlights the video here. When I click the background that I've chosen for my background, it now highlights the area on the outside of it, right? So it's actually too big right now. But the first thing I want to do is go ahead and stretch this for the length of the video. Now let me show you why you have to stretch it for the length of the video. I feel like you probably already know, but I'm just going to tell you anyways because I actually did this the wrong way the first time and it was kind of sucky. So, oops. All right. Let's see. Okay. There we go. So it's like, click it, corners. And I think, I don't actually, so if you notice, this is actually a little bit bigger than the side. I don't actually click it all the way to the corners because I don't want it to be super small. Like, I want to keep where you can see where it says Brown Girls Billionaire Gang and stuff. Now, you see this red cursor here. it goes where you are in the video. You dig? So let me show you something cool. Notice how I keep covering up, my head is covering up this Brown Girls Billionaire Gang name. I actually can click on this element, the video element, this layer, and I can move it just a tad bit so that I'm more positioned on the right side of the screen. Okay. The other thing I can do is I can go to the Y axis and I can rotate it 180 degrees. And that allows me to still be on that side of the background, but then I don't cut anything off, and it kind of pushes me to the other side. Now, if you notice that if you don't drag the background all the way through, watch what happens. Boom, look at that, it's gone, right? So now you have no background and you just kind of like it's hanging out there in cyberspace. So what we'll do is, like I said, I'll go ahead and just stretch this to the end. And how do you know when you got there? Well, you just line it up with this. And it makes it, this tool makes it easy to just snap it to the projects or whatever, okay? So then, once you do that, and I always rename this so that if I have to close it out and open it up again and come back to it, I can find the project and keep working. But once you're done, what you would do is you would think you would want to publish it to like Vimeo or YouTube or Google Drive or Dropbox or Facebook. And you do have the option to do that. However, because most of my videos do go to YouTube, I actually like to just go ahead and export it. And exporting it allows me to name it. I can choose where I want to save it, right? And then also once I export it, then it saves, because I have it saved to my desktop, I can just use it and grab it and put it somewhere. So when you hit export, I already actually have one of this, so I don't want to actually hit it, but it, you know, you'll export it and then you can name it, and then you'll find it in the location, which is listed here, of where you chose to save it, so the desktop. So that's how I do my videos. And then let me show you what the outcome is of how this works out for me. So and on this video, I've added thumbnails. This is a series. I've added thumbnails here. And so where's my intro? This was the intro one that I did. I have my thumbnail, and then this is kind of the outcome right here. Okay. So what do you guys think? Looks pretty good, right? Looks pretty good.